Welcome back to the reality, guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host Brian
Come on, everybody.
and Brett.
What's up, everybody?
We have just finished season 6, Love is Blind. We just got through the finale. It was episode 12. Like and subscribe here and on TikTok at the reality, guys, for all of our Love is Blind coverage, all of our Netflix coverage, all of our reality TV coverage. We've covered every week. We've even covered some of the news. And I think probably we'll have a video this weekend because I'm sure with the finale here and all the results, there's some things that are probably going to start coming out. All right, guys, full spoilers. Man, I I want to start with AD and Clay. We had the Jimmy and Chelsea stuff off the top of the episode, and we'll definitely get that. I think we've talked ad nauseum about them. And so
Yeah.
I do want to kind of start and mix it up with what I think everyone probably is talking about, man. And Clay said no. Clay let her get all the way up there. She looked great. Families are having a good time. Great conversations leading up to it. This dude just says he's not ready. I hate to say that I was right about the guy, but he didn't finish the job at the end of the day, man. And so I am disappointed in it. I feel for her. But again, when these things don't happen, I feel like she dodged the bullet. So overall, disappointed in that. Was very surprised. I gasped out loud when it happened.
Same.
So I definitely didn't think it was going to happen. Brett, I know you were big AD and Clay people, so I want to hear your reaction.
Clay let us down, man. I mean, even you guys thought he was gonna say yes at that point, I guess, right? I thought he was gonna
Yeah,
say yes.
same. Me too.
Yeah, really disappointing. And I mean, he's very good at articulating his point of view and his thoughts. So I think like he still wanted to date her after saying no. The only problem with that is she wasn't really feeling that on the same page. So unfortunately, I think they are going to be over at this point because
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of women kind of have that in their head where it's like a deal breaker. If you can't commit on their timeline, they're just going to be done with you. Like she doesn't have time to play around, play games, and maybe never get married. I don't know. I think he should have just gone for it, but I do definitely see his point of view on it of like saying he just doesn't have enough time and the whole financial thing, like he doesn't know enough about her to make that kind of commitment, but he still loves her, I guess, right? But it just sucks for them. They're probably definitely done now.
Brian, your thoughts?
I thought this could be like I just think the problem like he took her all the way to basically the finish line. Like I think if he did it like he did kind of not the way that Jimmy did it, which was just terrible too. But like if they had a conversation like, "Hey, I want to be with you, but I don't think we should get married right now," instead of going through all of the semantics of like trying on a dress, like talking to his mom, like his mom's talking to her mom. Like I think that it just got too far, and it's just like I totally get why she doesn't want to do it anymore. But like I think I would like to see if he just had a conversation like Jimmy did, just better in the beginning of the episode, and be like, hey, can we wait like a month and then see how she does there?
Instead of embarrassing her in front of
Yeah, that's
everyone.
right. She got embarrassed, and like
It's
I
a
just yeah, don't love that.
it's a dick move.
Yeah,
It's a dick move, and I'm sorry. Like the whole, I get it. Like it's like realistically, yeah, it makes sense to want to fully know someone and want to get down into the finances and blah blah blah. Bro, you have that conversation way before this chick is literally in a stunning dress and they're at the family, and you know all the history of both families leading into this. You know what this is, and for him to just be, he was glib. He was like, "What? Like I still want to ride with you." Dog, I thought she was
yeah,
gonna deck him when he said that. Like, what do you mean you want to ride with me still, dude? This is the premise of the show. So
yeah.
you're either doing this or you're not doing this. And don't talk pulling shit like my finances, like up at the altar and afterwards, like it's something you've been saying all season. You haven't been. Your whole thing has been about like, can you be faithful? And so now it's about just like the real. Then you wouldn't go on the show if that was that ship. Don't change your whole thing at the end, right? Like you're with it or not. You want to find out if love is blind or not. You came out like a bandit, man, with the woman you picked, and you just see ya. I honestly thought the most poignant thing was watching his mom talk to his dad and be like, "Yo, this is your fault, by the way. Like you're a scumbag and you're a shitty dad, and now he's gonna be a shitty dude too." I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah, I felt like we were getting deeper with those two than
dude, deep."
yeah, it was pretty deep. Do we think he's gonna be on Perfect Match now? That's all I was thinking. As soon as he said no, and the way he wasn't like really, wasn't visibly sad. I could see him on Perfect Match.
What's the point of that show though? To get married at the end, or just to like
Well,
hook?
I think
Yeah,
that's a clout. I think
he
that's more a
proposed
clout show.
again.
I think it's more of a clout show than this show is.
No, it is for sure.
But
I could now. I said like I thought in the beginning they were doomed, and then I thought the last 3 weeks they were just on a good slow upward trajectory, and
mhm.
so he's back to where he started. She, I think, comes off great. I think she'll be fine. I don't think she really needs to worry too much. Like again, if that dude's not about it, she shouldn't have to worry about that. I will give this finale. I again agree, guys. I literally gasped.
No,
I
I was shocked when he said no. I was like, oh man. I
I
was
was
ready to be wrong.
fainting.
Like, oh, he's definitely saying that. Like, I was like, oh, he's not. They're gonna get married. And then I was like, man, they're all the way here.
Love is Blind almost killed me. I was on a ladder edging the top of the wall in the nursery for my baby's room, and I hear him go, "No, like I literally sucked the air out. I wish someone had been filming me. Like I almost fell off the ladder. This guy like literally immediately got down and was started like watching the screen because I wasn't really watching. I was just listening to
Mhm.
it really loud. And then I climbed down the ladder and like, went back. I'm like, what? No way. I had to see her face. Like,
I
oh,
don't know that. How long was that? That was like 40 minutes, maybe 45 minutes of the
bro,
hour.
they did the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I thought they were like that. I was gonna be wrong that they were gonna get married because they were just building up so many like family dynamics. Like his dad comes in, like says he's proud of him. The mom like gives some like good advice. The mom's giving AD good advice, and I was very surprised. They got us. They got us.
it was
And
great editing.
the moms became friends
That's
and
yeah. I
loved
think
each other.
that
Mom
shit's the
likes
hardest, man.
AD. Like the mom and AD are gonna be friends. This
Yeah,
dude's
yeah. That shit's the hardest. When the mom even says like on the way out, like gives her a hug and like says nice things, or that's how you know. Like
she was upset at him
yeah,
for sure.
And
I can't wait to hear about that at the reunion.
it's gonna be definitely a fireball for sure.
it was
Um,
interesting too what you said about the mom and the dad, though, right? Clay's
Mm.
parents, because even her, yeah, she was blaming him, saying like, "Oh, a bunch of stuff I found out through the TV show or through this
yeah,
experience that I had no idea." Like she knew he cheated on her, but there was other things, I
she
guess,
didn't know
like
how long. She didn't know how
bringing
long.
Yeah, I think it
bringing
was bringing
it,
him was the issue,
bringing him.
which I totally think is crazy.
Unreal. Imagine your kid having to be put through that. So definitely one of the biggest shockers we've had. So I mean that delivered for sure. One of the not shockers, obviously, guys, the transition are what we've been talking about all year. Was that Jimmy and Chelsea conversation? He baited and got her so good. He's like, so what do you think? Right? Like, are we gonna get married? I haven't heard what you said. She's like, you know what? We've had a tough couple of weeks. I'm into it. I'm sorry. And he's just like, we're not doing this. You're an asshole. You ratted me out about that chick. You're the worst. You're a hypocrite. I will not do it. And she instantly went right back into all the things she's been hating about him. He called me clingy. She started crying again. She got mad, and he was done, dude. Like you just seen in his face, he did not even care. Like he made that decision up for days. Like he was just like you could tell the dude was seething and waiting to do that. And so the great love story that is Jimmy and Chelsea came to an end before they even went to an altar. And I respect the move. I think he's a jerk. I don't think she was great either. I don't think they were a great match, but I do appreciate that he didn't make her go through the rigmarole because that would have I think they would have messed that chick up pretty bad to get dumped on the altar.
I mean, he should have done the whole amusement park thing.
He
Maybe
shouldn't
he
have.
really wanted to
He
go.
shouldn't have.
I thought that's why he did it. I thought this was like, hey, you get
He's
to.
buttering her up. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, yeah, it almost seemed like he was like buttering up, playing into the whole thing. But maybe he was like, "Hey, look, this is the last thing I get to do is go to Carowinds and no lines, and then
Uh,
I go to the altar." So,
Remember all the good times we had at Caroway. I
I
don't remember
just
me dumping you in the food court.
yeah, I
so
thought
like,
that was a brutal move. Like I thought he should have just ended it there. If he honestly had any respect for her, he would have ended it before that.
the
Well,
Carowinds.
What'd
He's
you
like,
say?
I'm gonna get my free roller coaster rides at Carowinds, and then
Well,
I don't go to the altar. Mic drop.
yeah, I mean, I
Carowinds is
I
crazy,
disagree,
man.
but I mean, it seems like people are going to probably agree with that. But I just think
People hate her. No,
I know,
give
but
it
it's
to
just not a good look. I don't like her either. But like, I wouldn't have done. I wouldn't have done that to somebody I was about to quote unquote marry and I love.
Did he love her? Because I think at the end he said he never said he loved her, or he like really likes her, but he doesn't love her, is something he said. But I could have sworn he said he loved her.
No, he said he loved her, but he said that he lost his respect and his trust for her when she put out the friend thing, put him out on blast. And I mentioned this too last week. She still talks to her ex, so what's the big deal? And he brought it up too. He's like, dude, we got out of the pods and you FaceTimed your ex-husband. What are you even talking about? Like, why is this a thing? So look, not a relationship that was going to last there. Um, Again, I like that it didn't get to the altar. I like that we just had the AD Clay one. I didn't need to see that twice, frankly. And yeah, I'm I hope Chelsea, we find out, isn't like literally jumping off a bridge because of all the negative internet hate she's gotten. You know, we've talked to people from other shows before and it does affect them. So I do hope that she has come out of this better and, you know, it isn't still angry and upset with him. I think that would be a lot of wasted energy. And I hope like we get to the reunion, she's just like, yeah, I don't care about Jimmy anymore. But I don't.
I don't know. I personally think that the pendulum swung to Jimmy's a little bit more of a jerk than her, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree because he didn't need to do that. Like, yeah,
I
these
mean,
dudes.
honestly, I'd like that. I mean, I know people that's probably the couple of people I have the most strong opinions on. So I honestly like to know what people think. Like,
Yeah.
where do you fall on how that was handled? I mean, honestly, I mean the Clay one. I don't know how anybody's going to side with Clay. Like that, he should have
Oh,
just did it later. He should have done it earlier, but Jimmy could have done it earlier. Just comment. I'd like to know.
Jimmy could have done it the moment he actually like saw her for the first time and proposed to her, or in paradise, because he
Yeah,
at that point he was it was like an uphill battle to climb. Like he was on a high until he saw her, and then it was all downhill from there. And he just
um,
yeah,
no, I do want to make sure we don't ignore Johnny and Amy. Johnny and Amy were the only ones that were able to prove that love is blind this season. It's just pretty easy though. They both came out. They were both pretty good looking people. They were both pretty stable. They both had good families, right? Like the toughest, as we documented on this show ad nauseum, their only problem is figuring out birth control, which turns out they figured out pretty easily because it's a normal thing that adults figure out. So the McIntyre Cortez family. I'm interested to hear. I would think I saw something on TikTok that like someone spotted them in an airport, so I'm pretty sure they're
yeah.
still together. So I'm happy for them. They were cool. I always joke about the perfect season and nobody making it, but they were compatible. So I'm not gonna like wish them to break up just for my wish.
Right.
So good on them.
Yeah.
that would be crazy if we got to the reunion and they broke up. I don't think it'll happen, but
That would be shocking. That I will agree. I would be very surprised.
I
I
would
think
I would think it would be funny though if she showed up pregnant.
I was gonna say you're
Yeah.
more likely that she'd be pregnant than them broken up, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, she said they hadn't had sex yet.
Yeah, but that was like a year ago. They were saying, you know what I mean, that they filmed a while ago. So
I
I
know.
mean,
I was just making a joke,
I'm
but
curious when they film the reunion though, because we're getting it next Wednesday, guys, as opposed to Sunday this year. I'm hoping it was within like the last week or two, though. I
yeah,
really hope.
that would be ideal.
I need the internet backlash to be a part of
Yes, yes,
going.
agree. That would be
They
super.
filmed this before. I'm gonna come on to this review next week and just be like, this is so pointless. We already know way more things than the reunion showed
Yeah,
us. So
they need to rip the people that were like doing shit they shouldn't do.
yeah,
Hopefully
I was an idiot from the beginning with AD. What was his name?
Matthew.
Matthew. Yeah, I want Matthew back. I want an explanation.
He apparently thinks he was edited terribly based off of
Well,
like
yeah, then I want to hear it.
yeah.
Come back and
Bring
call
out
out Leslie.
Matthew.
well, I mean, he was edited terribly, or he's just terrible. So
That's yeah. I mean, that's what he
Well,
says. I'm
that's
not
what I
saying
wrote
I agree
down.
with him, but yeah, bring these people out. I'll bring them all out. Honestly,
So, guys, another year. Love is blind. I really enjoyed our coverage here, season 6. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you to everyone watching. Make sure you comment. Thank you to Kyle for coming on all the other reviews. We will be back, like I said, next week, definitely for the reunion. But if there's anything that comes out over the next few days, we'll make sure to pop on this weekend and give you guys kind of an update in between, maybe throw out some of your funniest comments or, you know, just more thoughts we have as we sit with it for a few days. A lot of other coverage going on, including tonight, week 2, Survivor 46. So make sure you're checking out everything that we're working on. But for myself, Brian, Brett, everyone at The Reality, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you.